LivehiphopDaily.tv.
I feel like I shouldn't even have to introduce this brother right here, man. I feel like if you grew up anywhere in the South, had any inkling, you know, I'm gonna use that word right there.
I'm talking about, boy,
what?
you gotta,
what?
Hey, now you know
what?
You know I ain't shy to ask what that mean.
It's a feeling, a little bit like any like small, minute. That's another one, minute, real small, like glimpse of, you know, imagination. If you know who we talking about right now, if you seen anything, then you know the work that this brother put in, man. You know the legacy. You know that he's still building a legacy, because legacy don't, you know, it don't. You got to put your work in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's done some work, but he's doing more work. You know what I mean? We can talk about Dungeon Family. Yeah. We can talk about Organized Noise.
True.
We can talk about Outkast, Good and Mob.
True.
We can talk about SWATs. We can talk about all that. We can talk about 166 and the lights. You know, the lights still ain't on no 166 either.
Word.
We can talk about Slump.
Word.
We can talk about They Don't Dance No More. Talk about all that. But what we are gonna talk about for real, first generation. Yeah. Dungeon Family in the building. Yeah. Probably the real reason why trap music is here. Right. We're gonna go into that conversation too. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
The one and only. You say the name.
Hey man, we got Backbone in the building on the Good Hennec Show. Hey, man. Y'all live audience, man. Y'all clap it up for my dog, man. Make some noise in this thing, man. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Pleasure, gentlemen. Pleasure. Appreciate that platform to inform. Thank you very much for having me, sirs.
And that's the way we kick it off. Platform to inform.
I like that.
Man, there's so much stuff that we can talk about. And, you know, me and Hennessy, we were talking before the interview, like, man, what angle we want to, you know, even take this thing, man. Because, like, there's so much stuff that we can get into. Right. And, you know, I don't want to sit here and ask you the questions that everybody been asking you. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a real conversation with you. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about life as a black man right now. You know what I mean? And the journey that you on and what you're doing. Now, of course, we got to get into some of that history. You know what I mean? That's only fair to the audience. You know what I mean? But I think we want to make sure we're doing our job as journalists to bring people more than what they already know. You know what I mean? So with that being said, bro, like the mission that you on right now, let's kick it off with the mission. You know what I mean? Like what are you doing right now in hip hop and just in life in general?
Well, present day, I am a student at Life University up in Marietta, pursuing a dietetics degree, which entails nutrition. And I have a concentration in psychology as well. So, you know, I'm putting those aspects together and using music as a healing modality, because music is definitely one of the most powerful emotions next to love in the universe. So I, you know, combine health and music, and one day I'll be, you know, on a different plateau when it comes to presenting the art form of music and, you know, healing. You know what I mean? Trying to fuse the two, you know. Absolutely.
So that word you said, dietetics. How you say it? Dietetics. So yes. I see you drinking cucumber water right now. You know what I mean? And we all know, like in especially in the black communities, man. I saw an interview that you said something that spoke to me, because in our culture we are taught that diabetes and all this stuff is genetics, right? And you said something, man, where it's like, man, it don't have nothing to do with, that's not genetics. That the menu is what's been passed down.
That's what's being passed down. You ate like your great grandmother, and your great grandmother ate like your grandmother. Your mother ate like your grandmother, and you ate like your mother. So that's what's being passed down. Diabetes, and I'm a living witness because I beat it. My grandmother died of diabetes in 2011. Within 6 months, I was diagnosed with, I had glucose levels up over 500. Couldn't walk. I had to be rushed to the hospital. I was in the hospital for 10 days. All they was preaching to me was insulin. But I laid in that bed every day, and I researched ways to heal myself naturally. I stumbled upon Dr. Opari. He's an integrative doctor. He uses mainstream and traditional medicine, but he's more focused on traditional medicine. And I was like, whoa, I'm way too cool to be sticking myself with insulin. You know what I'm saying? I'm way too cool for that. But when I went and spoke to him, he said, if you're not willing to change your diet, I can't help you. That's the main thing. If you want to heal yourself, food is the medicine. You have to clean yourself from within, and you'll begin to see change. And I'm proud to announce today that I'm diabetes free.
Man, that's good, man.
And I haven't used insulin since 2012.
Man,
so.
that's that deserves a hand clap. Come on, for real.
Sure.
Man, just talking like that, because like diabetes it's no mystery. Like, it's eating up the hood. It's you know what I mean. And I mean, I got family members that's dealing with it. You know what I mean? Like, and to know that the most important thing is your diet.
Right.
Like, you know, we love sugar, man.
Yeah.
We love it. We love it, and we love it a lot of times. Don't even realize that we loving it, because the stuff, everything we eat, pretty much got sugar in. If you buy a processed,
sugar is the number one drug there is.
There you go.
Like, people don't even recognize that sugar is definitely a drug. It ranks higher than cocaine and tobacco. You understand what I'm saying? Like, sugar is in everything, naturally and unnatural form. So it's the number one drug. It is, and if you abuse a drug, what happens?
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that, man. Now, I do want to get into, because you said how you got to this point. Something had to happen.
Right.
You know, it had to be something that directly affected you to make you want to do some change in your grandmother, and then you being affected by it. Right. When it came to the music, though, was it somebody around you that made you want to do music? Like, how did, what influenced you to start this?
Well, I grew up musically inclined. My father was in the band, with the traveling bands with Johnny Taylor, Joe Tex, and people of that nature. And then he also toured with Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney, Barry White, and others. But I've always been involved in music, but I found my passion for music once I graduated high school many moons ago. You understand what I'm saying? But and this is basically the only job I've ever had. People be like, you ain't never worked? Yeah, I've worked 30 years almost in music. I get 1099s and have to fill out W-2s. Yeah. That's a job, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's what I've been doing. But definitely my father was the biggest influence. My mother also played woodwind instruments.
Okay.
My sister sings, so we're like a musical family. But, I was the one that actually took it over the top. You know what I'm saying, with my conglomerate of brothers, that's now known as the Dungeon family. So, that's where we are. But it was definitely rooted in me as a child.
Dungeon family, man.
Yes, sir.
And you have a son also.
Yes, he's 20. Sean Williams.
Right. I noticed the word father. Every time somebody bring up father, I have to go into this conversation.
Go for it, man.
Because that's something that I grew up without. And I tell people all the time, like, I'm now 30-something years old, trying to teach myself how to be a man.
Right.
And I did see in one of your interviews, you said something along the lines of you make your music, it's kind of geared toward the black male.
Right.
Like, man, how important, I know how important it is, but for the viewers, how important is that to you, man?
Because music is a platform, and music is in a state of sickness itself right now. It needs to be healed. Like, there's no message. Like, if you listen to all the song, not to discredit any artist that's out, but it all vibrates on the same alpha wave. You know what I mean? It vibrates on that same tone. The message is the same: money, women, cars, clothes. You know what I'm saying? The same message. Now, we got to understand, is that message being directed to us and being driven in us from a higher power? Are we being manipulated? You know what I mean? Like, we have to understand that music is an emotion, and we have to put the emotion back into music. You understand what I'm saying? Which we were just having fun, actually, but the messages, and growing up from rearing parents, like, we had grandparents in the home and like that, like, those things are missing. Like, I'm old enough to be a grandfather, and I entertain certain situations, but I won't entertain them with my son. And I know people that will indulge in marijuana use with their children and grandchildren. What kind of message is that? Like, yes, I'm not perfect. I can't walk on water. I'll drown in 2 feet. But what I'm saying is my son has never seen me drink. And I've been drinking since I was 13. I'm 44 years old. But he's never seen that. I don't let him see that. You know what I'm saying? I've smoked blunts. I don't smoke them anymore. Smoke raw papers. And I hit a vaporizer. Let's get to that. But what I'm saying is he's never seen that.
Yeah.
I've never given him that image. So that's why it's important for us to remain and be role models, because that's what's missing today. And I try to put that in music, and I look for that in artists. You know what I mean? Someone who can convey a message, not necessarily wanting to do this for a gimmick to get rich, because you were born rich. You just got to know how to manifest it into your life. You know what I'm saying?
Now, speaking on what you were just saying, like, for some people, they may hear what you just said and think like you're shielding some stuff away from your children. You know, not showing them, you know, the transparency in the set, you know, not showing them that you drink, not showing them that you smoke. How do you, you know, combat that by, you know, putting it into the context where they understand what you mean by the reason why you don't do those things?
What warrants value in that, though? What warrants value in destruction? Why can't I show my son something positive? That's one of the reasons I re-enrolled in college. He was an emerging senior, and he had no idea what he wanted to do after school, after he graduated or got out of high school. So I was like, instead of talking to this nearly grown man, let me walk and be an example. You know what I'm saying? Let me walk and be an example of what a man should be. My father died when I was 15. You understand what I'm saying? My grandfather died when I was about 22. So I really didn't get those life lessons. Everything I learned on my own. But something my mother told me growing up that stuck with me: if you ever get locked up, I'm not coming to see you. If your mama won't come see you, ain't no sense of getting in trouble, bro. And that's what kept me away from jail. Now, I had a few traffic violations. Pardon, I'm not perfect. But, you know, we fought through it and we legit. So
Yeah, definitely, man. I know we're going to take a quick break. I know we definitely want to get into a little bit more into this conversation, man. A lot of stuff that I want to get into. And I know people asking, like, man, they want to know some of the history. So we'll get into the history in a little bit. But before we go to break, the record that we want to go to, there's a video, one of, you know, from Goody Mob, you know, Get Rich to This. Kind of tell us about that record before we go into the break. You know what I mean? Like, how did that record come about, and you know, your importance on that, your contribution, rather?
Well, prior to us being who we are as the Dungeon family, people put the weight on our shoulders is that we created Atlanta, but we actually didn't. We had acts like the Hard Boys. We had acts like Success in Effect. You know what I'm saying? We had artists like D-Rock, Raheem, Sade, and even Kilo, even though he's much younger than us. But Kilo was making music as a child, just like Crisscross. So those are the guys we pay homage to. But once we came, we set a standard, and it made the world look at Atlanta, But music was also changing. You had Master P coming, you had Cash Money coming. Music was changing. So they were talking about getting money. So I said, how can we stay competitive? I wrote a song in hindsight that meant, if you're gonna get rich to that, get rich to this. See what I'm saying? That's where it stemmed from. And I wrote that verse in my great grandmother's bedroom over off Cascade on Willard Avenue, behind the churches, if anybody know what that is. That's where I grew up at. And I wrote that verse sitting in her bedroom. It'll be your slick BA, slick with it. Automatically Jones, I'm the shit. I'm psyched out, sick with it. Like E40 and the click with it. These suckers MC better know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because E40 had a big movement. So I'm sick with it like that. Like, we were just speaking coast to coast. Like, get rich to that, get rich to this.
Dope, man. So look, with that being said right there, I never knew, you know what I'm saying? I never knew that. So we're going to go to Get Rich to This, man. We're going to come back with more with Backbone, some more history, man. And we're going to get into what he's got going on right now, man. We'll be right back. Good Hennessy Show.
For sure.
back in the building, man. We got you the homie now, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You the
What
homie.
are you doing next, man? Because I'm ready to ask you questions.
Like you the homie. You the
That's what I'm
homie.
talking about.
But we was off camera, man, and we was just talking about you was giving us a story behind the record.
Right.
Get Rich to this, man. So for those that didn't preview, you know, they went on Facebook Live or anything, they didn't hear it. Can you kind of retell that story, man, like how the song came about? You were saying this was originally your record or something.
Yeah,
like that.
definitely. It was definitely a solo record. It was a track produced by Organized Noise that was laying around, and I was like, Reek, what's up with this track? And Reek gave it to me, and I wrote to it. It sat around long before it came out. And then me, CeeLo, and Big Boy decided to do a group at one time. Excuse me. It was called D-Boys, Dungeon Boys. That's why me, CeeLo, and Big Boy are the only ones with 16-bar verses on that song. But Goody Mob was doing World Party.
Okay.
And L.A. Reid wanted a party record. So he was like, yo, can we get this record? And I said, it's my single, Rick. He was like, yeah, no, but Goody need it, Goody want it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, let's see. If I could get X amount of dollars, a record deal, and get a video shot for this, we can make it happen. The rest is history. We shot a video in LA. You know what I'm saying? So that's the history behind Get Rich. Like I said, I wrote it in my great grandmother's room. You know what I'm saying? My great grandmother's room, an ancestor. You know what I'm saying? Like I still get booked off that song 15 years later. No, that's more than 15. That's like 18 years.
Yeah, 18
that
years.
That song's 18
Man,
years old.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I don't even feel like it's been 18 years,
18
man.
years. It's a party record, man. We make timeless music, man. Timeless music.
Definitely. So the history you had, Slump was the true introduction, right? To I guess mainstream introduction. Am I wrong with that?
Well, I think Get Rich to This and Slump came around the same time. I know they were. That's when Outkast did Aquemini.
Yeah.
And Goody Mob did World Party. So they were about the same time. But I remember Goody Mob was shooting the Black Ice video. And Big Boy handed me a cassette tape. For all those who don't know what a cassette tape is, that's a little piece of plastic with some ribbon in the inside. You know what I'm saying?
You don't confuse them with like having to use the eraser or whatever.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna go there.
Right. So Big handed me a tape and said, "Yo, Backbone, we need you on the new Aquemini album." They didn't have a name for it at the time, but we need you on the new project. I was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think nothing about it. And he gave it to me because of the success of Get Rich to This. You know what I'm saying? But I wrote the song. And if y'all got it, we can play it, you know what I'm saying, in another break, Slump. But I was in the booth. No, I was at home. I was trapping then. I ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't perfect.
I used to do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I talked about it on Concrete. Called me to the studio. It's like, yo, we laying that song tonight. I was like, cool. I'm on the way. Like, you got a verse? Cause we in the middle of a session. We got to grow. I said, I got it. I hadn't wrote a verse at all. So I went up the street, got me a bottle of Hennessy, some mid-grade marijuana, and I sat on the porch of the trap. And I just looked out into the street. Just looked. And I began to write from front to back street. Listen, we on a mission to get right. Working street corners in the midnight. Picture the scene. These fiends with $5, $10 dreams. Scheme for a sack of that, believe that. I'm with whatever like we straw. Stuck serving this cocaine raw. Now, you had never even heard of T.I. or Jeezy at this point.
Yeah.
No disrespect to my brothers.
No, you're right though.
You had never heard of them. You understand? I spoke the law first in this city. And if anybody disagree with me, write a better verse. You understand? But that ain't the end of the story.
Keep it going.
Okay. So I'm writing, I wrote the thing. I get to the studio. Bam. Dre was like, go in there and lay it. I went in there and laid it. Came out. They were like, oh, it's jamming. You got a hook? I said, yeah. I ain't have no hook. Went in the back, went in the booth, and Dre was like, say the hook. I was like, all right, give me 1 second. Put the headphones on, and I transcended from earth to the heavens. and asked God to give me a hook. I said, Lord, whatever you say is what's gonna go on this record. I'm strictly stressing dirty, gonna represent it to the T-top. Born and bred up on the street top. Get to the money in the sweet spot, and forever hollering. But that wasn't in there yet, though. It's the third part.
Man, don't play with it like that.
So I left that part blank, right?
Okay.
I came out. Dre was like, "It's a blank in there." I was like, "Yeah, I ain't know what to say. Y'all already said who the who." He was like, "Fuck it, man. Say who the who." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how who the who got in that song.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the history behind Slump, man. It's always a history behind all these songs. They ain't just come about.
Right.
I can't wait to explain 5 Do 4 Trey.
Bro, look, so like you know, we was talking about it like Hennessy, with the 5 Do 4 Trey, like how you end the Slump. You know what I'm saying? And we were talking off camera again, like it's crazy because in my mind I was blending everything together. I didn't realize like it was a 3-year gap on the record. So you gotta go ahead, man. Like we don't need to talk. Like we gonna sit back. Go ahead. 5 Do 4 Trey.
The way that I set my records up, I mean, cause you know, I started this right out of high school. I was 18 years old when I met Rico Wade. The summer I graduated in June, met Rico Wade in July.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all saw the documentary, I'm sure. But at that studio by Jelly Bean Skating Ring, I was riding with Cujo. We actually went up there to fight somebody for breaking in his car. Divine intervention. I walked in, I saw Sleepy, Rico, and Ray. And Big Rube was in there, but Big Rube was in the vocal booth laying a song called Face Down on the Pavement. And I just started rapping. Cujo was like, I ain't know you rap. I was like, shit, I ain't know you rap. We up here on some thug shit, you know what I'm saying? But they brought us together. Me and Cujo met in high school about to bump heads about a young lady by the name of Shadonna. I loved that girl since I was in the 8th grade.
Oh, that's that deep cut,
And
man.
all
Right
that,
there.
and you want to keep writing his name on a piece of paper. I don't want to see that. Who is this joker?
Yeah.
So we go to meet and fight. Me and Cujo dressed alike in Dickie suits.
That was it.
Cuz was like, you alright? I said, you alright, bro. And from that day forth, we've been cool, you know what I'm saying, ever since. And he took me to the dungeon. He's the reason I'm involved in this aspect of music professionally. Cujo Goody, man, Goody Mob, you know what I'm saying?
Cujo Goody.
Yeah.
That, man, it's so crazy though with like Cujo, cause me and Hennessy, like we dungeon family. I don't get we there.
Yeah.
We there, which we don't have the tattoos, bro. But I swear to you, like we dungeon family to the core, right?
That's what that WEDF stand for. We DF.
Hey,
that's for the people, baby.
man.
Yeah.
Bro, when I tell you, as a kid, I didn't understand when Cujo was like, y'all could be my least words. I got to deal with 1099 W-2s.
Right.
I got older. I'm like, man, that brother was speaking truth back then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and he had that unorthodox flow. So a lot of stuff you had to come. It might have took you a little while to understand. You know what I'm saying? But when you got it, it stuck with you in the soul. You know what I mean?
Y'all remember the show Rap City, right?
Oh yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Basement,
we were the garbage men in Rap City. We were the construction workers. We were the groundbreakers in Rap City. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want to show the South. And Outkast force-fed that until we became and made MTV and Rap City come to Atlanta and figure out who in the hell is organizing this type of noise.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Like you seen that?
I want to say
I think it was outside. I was just in the neighborhood or something. Yeah, I remember that interview.
That man.
Yeah, that was they showed it in the documentary.
Yeah, that was
Yo
MTV Raps or something.
MTV Raps.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
that was
and then Rap City was when we well, of course we did Rap. Well, I never did Rap City. You know what I'm saying? And we can get into why I never did that a little later on because I got a true testimony. But yeah, man, that's when they started paying attention. And from there, we didn't have social media. We would just show up 40, 50 deep in Goody Mob jackets because the entire conglomerate was called Goody Mob. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't called Dungeon Family. Dungeon Family was first written in the ATLian credits by Big Boy. I'd like to thank my Dungeon Family. The first time Dungeon Family was spoken on a record was by the Witch Doctor. Black Market.
Oh yeah.
Dungeon Family. That was the first time
Man.
those words were ever said.
Yeah.
And from then on, we've been known as the Dungeon Family. So you got to credit Big Boy for writing it on a scroll, and Witch Doctor for communicating it to the universe.
Man,
That's nice. Hey, I'm just
yeah, man.
I'm in my world right
You
now.
gonna get history.
Look, see, this is the thing,
Y'all
right?
ain't call nobody who don't know what he talking about.
I'm like this, right? Like I'm a fan, number one, and I'm a Dungeon Family head, number two. So I ain't gonna sit here and act like I ain't tripping right now.
Yeah,
when you telling these
I
stories.
know, man.
I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just real talk with you. Like I'm in my, cause this is in our DNA. If you from the South, man, y'all are the reason why I do what I do right now to this day.
Appreciate
And
it,
I can't even sit here and act like that ain't true. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is.
See, it's a scenario because we were just people and as kids. We just wanted to rap, like Dre say all the time. We just wanted to rap. We had no idea we would make a dent because they wasn't looking at the South. You know what I'm saying? But when Dre went up and accepted that award at the South Ward, he was damn near in tears. He was like, the South got something to say, and he meant it. But 8 Ball then was already out. Ghetto Boys were already out. But what Outkast did will become marketable on both coasts, universally. You know what I'm saying?
So look, man, because I know we can't keep you all day. I feel like we can talk to you all day.
Yeah. I got my sleeping bag in the truck.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we can keep going, but you know, I know you got some new stuff that you're working on, man. Plateau Entertainment that you've actually been rocking with for a while,
Right.
But tell us a little bit about that, and of course we got to get into some of the new music too.
Okay. Well, Plateau Entertainment Group is a full-fledged consultation company, an artist and repertoire company that, you know, we try to give artists the things that they're missing in the industry now, because labels don't care about you. If you got a label, cool, we'll bring you in this machine, we'll chew you up and spit you out. But if you want longevity in the career, there are other things you have to know. If it's 40 of y'all on stage jumping around and one guy's rapping, number 39 need to learn law. Number 38 need to learn marketing. Number 37 needs to learn promotion. Number 36 need to know how to go to the store and get the blunts and the liquor. Somebody got to do something. Everybody ain't gonna be able to rhyme, bro. Right. Put the people on around you, and that's what Plateau Entertainment does. And we try to develop artists the way we were. You know what I'm saying? We teach them about publishing. We teach them about media-based sound scan, sound exchange, ASCAP, BMI, CSAC. We teach them about these things. Writer royalty, publishing royalties, TV synchronicity, all of those things are hidden jewels. Like when people ask me, can you get on my mixtape? Yeah, for X amount of dollars, because you're buying a gem. You understand? I'm an unearthed jewel. Now, if you go see Dre, yeah, we want 3,000. Okay, well, you're gonna have to have a bigger dollar. But if you want a piece of the legacy that is substantial and solid, you can call me. You're going to get that same emotion. You understand? You're going to get the same Dungeon Family emotion. It's just that when Outkast came, they was a little more structured. We were just rapping, but they came with a manager. They came with songs. That's why their situation was easier to move.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? And they were our little brothers. CeeLo, Dre, and Big Boy are the same age, so they were younger than us. Everybody else just about the same age. So we were older, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to tell your twin brother what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
But you can tell your little brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it's about, man. But Plateau Entertainment, man, is about the artistry, man. And I put together a conglomerate called Dungeon Family Generation X, because it sounds stupid to say Dungeon Family 3rd generation, 4th generation.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell are these people? Okay, Dungeon Family Generation X is infinite. You won't get the same members in each chapter of Dungeon Family Generation X, but the generation is infinite, I should say. Like, you're gonna always get a revolving door of new talent. And we came up with an album called Global Warning. It's a free download on Bandcamp right now, produced by Bobby Whitfield and a few others. But
Oh, shout out to Bobby Whitfield.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. He dope. But so we put together a project and we just gave it to the universe. It
That's
received warm regard. So
dope.
yeah, I want to get into it. We can do it.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna play this Beautiful Blue record, man, and then we're gonna let you explain that, and then I'm only gonna play a little bit of it. Though I know we
got to play the whole thing.
all right.
Even we had to cut that other one off. We got to play that whole.
All right, we're gonna play Beautiful Blue, man. Y'all check it out, and we're gonna stay live while we play it too.
Okay.
So
Let's do that.
Cool.